Luke Kuechly's story is one of the most remarkable and perplexing in NFL history. For 8 years, he was the heart and soul of the Carolina Panthers defense, dominating the field with his intelligence, speed, and unrelenting energy. He earned multiple Pro Bowls, Defensive Player of the Year awards, and led the NFL in tackles. Yet, just when fans thought they have a decade to enjoy watching this defensive mastermind, Luke did the unthinkable. He walked away. At just 28 years old, with a Hall of Fame caliber career already in the books, Luke Kuechly announced his retirement from the game. What made a player in his prime, widely regarded as one of the best linebackers in the league, decide to leave it all behind? This is the incredible and shocking story of Luke Kuechly. Early life and childhood. Born on April 20, 1991, in Cincinnati, Ohio, Luke Kuechly was destined for greatness. Raised in a tight-knit family, Luke's parents instilled a strong work ethic and a sense of humility. His father, a basketball player in his youth, encouraged Luke to explore various sports, but it was football that caught his attention early on. From the time he was a young child, Luke loved the competitive nature of football, often playing with older kids in the neighborhood. His athleticism was undeniable, a natural-born leader with an innate understanding of the game. But more than that, Luke was known for his focus and disciplined approach, even from an early age. As a high school student at Street Xavier High School in Cincinnati, Luke was a standout player, excelling both academically and athletically. He was known for his work ethic and dedication, often putting in hours of extra practice. His high school coaches were impressed by his ability to read the game and make split-second decisions, which would later become his trademark in the NFL. High school football journey. Luke's high school football career set the stage for his future in the NFL. At Street Xavier, he quickly became the leader of the team, excelling in every aspect of the game. His natural talent and football IQ were evident, and by the time he was a senior, he had become one of the top linebacker recruits in the country. During his high school years, Luke earned numerous accolades, including All-State honors. However, it wasn't just his performance on the field that stood out. It was his leadership and maturity. Luke had the rare ability to inspire his teammates, motivating them to push themselves harder. His coaches often described him as the type of player who could make everyone around him better, and that mentality would follow him throughout his career. As college scouts took notice, it became clear that Luke was destined for bigger things. His discipline, intelligence, and raw talent made him one of the most coveted prospects. But even with all the attention, Luke remained humble, knowing that his journey was just beginning. College career at Boston College. Luke Kuechly's college journey at Boston College is where he truly began to shine. Arriving in 2009, he was immediately a force to be reckoned with on the field. As a freshman, he made an instant impact, recording 158 tackles, a remarkable feat for a first-year player. His ability to read plays, his relentless pursuit of the ball carrier, and his unmatched awareness set him apart from other linebackers. Luke's freshman season earned him a spot on the All-ACC team, and his reputation quickly grew as one of the best defensive players in college football. In his sophomore year, he became the youngest player in college football history to lead the nation in tackles. His relentless style of play, mixed with his innate understanding of defensive schemes, made him a nightmare for opposing offenses. Over his 3 years at Boston College, Luke Kuechly consistently dominated. He earned unanimous All-American honors and won numerous awards, including the Butkus Award, given to the nation's best linebacker. Luke's time at Boston College also showcased his maturity, both on and off the field. He was not only known for his physical prowess, but also for his high football IQ and ability to study the game in depth. His leadership and work ethic were apparent, and by the time he left college, he was widely regarded as one of the top prospects for the NFL Draft and entry into the league. The 2012 NFL Draft was one of the most anticipated in recent memory, and Luke Kuechly's name was at the top of the list for many teams looking to improve their defense. When the Carolina Panthers selected him with the 9th overall pick, it was clear they had found something special. Luke's reputation as one of the most intelligent and versatile linebackers in college football made him an immediate fit for the Panthers' defense. His entry into the league was met with excitement, not only from Panthers fans, but from football enthusiasts nationwide. Luke's combination of athleticism, leadership, and intelligence made him a rare commodity, and many expected him to make an immediate impact in the NFL. As a rookie, he lived up to the hype, finishing the season with 164 tackles and earning the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Luke quickly became the anchor of the Panthers' defense, a player who could read offenses like an open book and shut down plays before they even developed. It wasn't just his physical ability that set him apart, it was his approach to the game. Luke studied every opponent, breaking down film and understanding their tendencies. This work ethic allowed him to be one step ahead at all times, making him one of the most feared linebackers in the league. Rise to stardom. Peak career moments. Luke Kuechly's rise to stardom in the NFL was nothing short of extraordinary. In just his second season, he was named to his first Pro Bowl, and over the next few years, he became one of the league's most dominant defenders. His ability to read offenses and diagnose plays before they unfolded made him a key player in the Panthers' defense. Luke's instinctive playmaking and leadership helped elevate the Panthers to the top of the NFC South, and in 2015, he led the team to a Super Bowl appearance. Luke's peak years were marked by numerous accolades, including Defensive Player of the Year honors in 2013. He became known for his ability to rack up tackles, regularly leading the league in that category. But it wasn't just the quantity of his tackles that made him great. It was the quality. Whether it was a crucial interception, a game-winning stop, or a big sack, Luke seemed to always be in the right place at the right time. His performances in the postseason were legendary. In 2015, during the Panthers' playoff run, Luke had some of the most impressive defensive games of his career, making key stops and inspiring his teammates. He was the backbone of a Panthers defense that allowed only 18.2 points per game that season. Throughout his career, Luke was a player who could impact the game in many ways, from stopping the run to covering receivers. His versatility and football intelligence made him one of the most respected and feared linebackers in the NFL. Injuries and struggles behind the scenes. Despite his incredible success on the field, Luke Kuechly's career was also marked by injury struggles, particularly concussions. Over the years, Luke sustained multiple head injuries, and each one took a toll on his physical and mental well-being. Concussions are a serious issue in the NFL, and Luke's injuries began to raise concerns not just for his career, but for his long-term health. In 2015, Luke suffered a concussion that kept him out for a significant portion of the season, and it was a turning point for him. He returned to the field, but the emotional and physical strain of repeatedly suffering head injuries weighed on him. By 2016, he suffered another concussion, which kept him out for the remainder of the season. These injuries began to cast doubt on his future in the NFL. Luke's family and friends were understandably worried about his health. As a player who prided himself on his intelligence and leadership, the thought of long-term health complications from head injuries was a real concern. The impact of these injuries weighed heavily on Luke, and the thought of leaving the game he loved was never far from his mind. The shocking retirement. In January 2020, Luke Kuechly made the shocking announcement that he was retiring from the NFL. At just 28 years old, after 8 seasons and countless accolades, Luke walked away from the game, leaving fans and teammates in disbelief. His retirement video was emotional, as Luke explained his decision to step away due to health concerns and the toll that playing football had taken on his body. "I think now is the right time to step away," Luke said in his retirement video, his voice filled with emotion. The announcement was met with shock and sadness by Panthers fans and the NFL community, as Luke had been one of the most beloved and respected players in the league. Many question how a player at the height of his career could leave so abruptly, but Luke's decision was grounded in his commitment to his health and well-being. While many fans were disappointed by his decision, they respected Luke for putting his future ahead of his career. He became a symbol of how important it is to prioritize health, both physically and mentally, over the pressure of a professional career. Life after football, personal growth. After his retirement, Luke Kuechly chose to stay involved in the football world, but in a different capacity. He briefly worked with the Carolina Panthers as a scout, offering his insight into the game he loved. He also expressed interest in coaching, but more importantly, he focused on his personal life. Luke's retirement gave him the time and space to reconnect with his family, focus on his faith, and explore new passions. Luke also became more involved in community service, using his platform to support various causes and charities. Throughout his career, he had always been known for his humble and giving nature, and his life after football was no different. Most importantly, Luke used this time to focus on his health and well-being. While his decision to retire early shocked many, it was clear that he had made the right choice for himself. By stepping away from football, Luke was able to find peace and focus on his long-term happiness, rather than the pressures of the game. Legacy and long-term impact. Luke Kuechly's legacy in the NFL is secure. Although his career was relatively short, his impact on the game will never be forgotten. Known for his leadership, his football IQ, and his dedication to the craft, Luke was a player who changed the way we view linebackers. He proved that intelligence and preparation could be just as valuable as athleticism on the field. Off the field, Luke's humility and character have made him a role model for young athletes everywhere. He showed that it's possible to achieve greatness without losing sight of what truly matters. His story serves as a reminder that sometimes the hardest decisions are the best ones for our future. Powerful closing message. Luke Kuechly's decision to retire at the peak of his career teaches us an important lesson. Knowing when to walk away is just as important as knowing how to play the game. His courage to prioritize his health, his family, and his future over the pressures of fame and success sets a powerful example. In a world where athletes are often pushed to their limits, Luke's story reminds us that sometimes stepping back is the bravest thing you can do. Luke Kuechly may have left the NFL early, but his influence and legacy will live on for years to come. Whether it's through his play on the field, his leadership, or his personal integrity, Luke Kuechly has set a standard for what it means to be not just a great athlete, but a great person. And in the end, that's the kind of legacy that truly lasts.